Barrel rolls is the reporter thrown into the secretive world of the Forex Super Model, where nothing is as it seems. Beware the techno-monk, and steer clear of Professor Code and his two assistants. Give the senior trader a wide berth, and don't expect any sense from the risk manager.
Good morning, I'm Professor Code and this is the Forex Super Model daily briefing for Monday the 18th of the 1st, 2021. The time is 0440, coming up to 5 o'clock in the morning here in the UK, GMT. Asian session ticking towards a close, European session getting near to firing up, and our lunchtime will be the North American US session. Right, so I've written up Friday the 15th daily flows to get us underway. So this was the last full trading day, so let's have a look then. So we've got the unopposed, the opposed negative driver in the pound at minus 213. We've got front and back door flows going very evenly into the dollar and the yen. The dollar's just about taking it, so the dollar at plus 180, the yen at plus 174, and we've got a significant rock in the euro at minus 141, and this was an activity of plus or minus 354. So that was the last full trading day, which was the Friday the 15th. Let's look at the overall weekly flows then. So for last week, we've got this situation. We've got the euro on its own on the negative, excuse me, dollar, yen, pound. We've got plus 150 on the pound, plus 149 on the yen, plus 1.4 sorry on the dollar, and minus 413 on the euro. So this is weekly, and that's last week, so that's Monday the 11th of the 1st to Friday the 15th of the 1st. So we've got a negative unopposed driver in the euro, a positive rock in the dollar, a positive mover in the yen, and a positive secondary driver in the pound. And that was an activity of plus or minus 413. Right, so all we need to do now is look at the most recent flows from the Asian session, which are happening now. So this is our most recent flow. So this is Monday, which is today, Monday the 18th of the 1st, pretty much to about now, probably 15-20 minutes ago. So let's have a look. We've got the pound euro on the negative, and we've got the dollar yen on the positive. Right, we've got plus 52 on the yen, plus 26 on the dollar, minus 16 on the euro, and minus 62 on the pound. So the pound is the negative opposed driver, the euro is the negative rock, the dollar is the positive mover, and the yen is the positive secondary driver, and that's on activity of plus or minus 78. Right, so let's try and make some sense out of this then. So what have we got? We've got the last full trading day, which was Friday the 15th. We've got the pound as the unopposed negative driver. sorry, the opposed negative driver. So we've got front and back door flows going, but we've got them very evenly going into the dollar and the yen. And over the week we had, to the exception of all the other major complexes, we had euro weakness as the unopposed negative driver. And so far today, or so far this trading week, we've got the pound as the negative driver at minus 62. It's opposed, so we've got front and back door flows, and we've got the yen sweeping up the bulk of them at plus 52. The dollar's got some strength, and the euro's continuing with the weekly theme of a little bit of weakness. Now, what's going to knock all this stuff about? Well, if you look at, we've got a big week coming up. Generally, we've got the latest bit of news is that Biden, who's actually got the inauguration on Wednesday the 20th. So that's in 2 days' time. So that's something to bear in mind. There's a president-elect inauguration on Wednesday. But there's negative noise on the Keystone Pipeline, which is the pipeline between the US and Canada, and this is being viewed as highly negative for the Kiwi, not the Kiwi, sorry, the Loonie, the CAD, in other words. So, and the CAD pairs have been selling off. So the CAD's been weak so far, presumably off the back of this negative noise. Now, as I said, we've got the inauguration on the Wednesday, but we've also got, interestingly, we've got the CAD rates decision on the Wednesday. So that's a sort of a cluster of information. Thursday we've got the yen and the euro rates decision, and looking over into next week, the following Wednesday, which is the 27th, we've got the Fed's rates decision. So they're sort of boxing in significant events. And so far this morning we've got a light day today, and we've had China GDP data, and they're sort of talking this up, saying that it's the only major economy to have positive growth during the year, but the Q4 growth was negative. But spookily, it was not negative enough to bring the overall growth into negative for the year. So that's something to bear in mind. So right, so let's think what's going on then. So normally when you get an unopposed negative driver in the euro, you're looking at some sort of floor in the euro, or it's the start of a ramp up. We've had quite a negative move, bearing in mind this is a weekly situation. It's interesting because the euro is still thinking about being weak, but it's not that weak at the moment. So that's something to bear in mind. Let's just make some room down the side. Right. So now the CAD pairs have been sold off. But if you look at the charts, they're getting near a position where they may not go much further, and the whole thing about today is that we've got the American hot market holiday with Martin Luther King Day, and we've got light data. We were gearing up to have a go at something, but the flows just aren't in our favour at the moment, so we're unlikely to trade today. But nevertheless, if you look at the CAD, you could well see a bounce in the CAD, but that's debatable. It's not clear, right? So the euro potentially is near a floor, but so you could potentially see some upside in the euro today, but but we've got thin liquidity, and it depends which way the market makers want to take things. The pound from early morning flows, excuse me, is being sold. So the pound is likely to be viewed as soft. And last week it was sorry, the last trading day, the 15th, it was soft. But that's debatable as well. So what have we got left? We've got the dollar and the yen. Equities have started to think about bouncing, but the yen transmission has been very mixed. So equities could possibly bounce, and the yen transmission, which normally would be brought down, is very mixed, but potentially the yen could weaken off a little bit. And the dollar, if you get a strong equity transmission, the dollar could start to come off a bit, because it's been reasonably strong recently. So where do you stick your stick in? Well, as I say, we're not going to trade, but watch out for a bounce in the CAD. That's one thing to bear in mind. Watch out for a bounce in the CAD, and watch out for a bounce in the euro. So that's the best we can give you today. So really, if you were really forced to say something, euro pound is very choppy at the moment, so we'd probably avoid that. And the dollar could well have a slight weaken. So possibly the best place to be is long euro dollar, but that is very, very subjective. Okay, so I know this has been not very helpful. We're a little bit disappointed that the flows haven't panned out, but it's likely to be very messy today given the circumstances. So I hope that was useful to you. See you again tomorrow. Thank you very much.